The 5K was awful. It was terrible. Yeah. It was the worst running experience I've ever had. Because here's what happened. I tried sleeping. Had a good time. And it took me a little bit longer to get into that comfy state where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fall asleep. But then I realized in my head, I was like, oh shit. I go to bed now, well that's just 6 hours. Well, let's just forget about it. Let's just get to 6 hours. Can't fall asleep because I'm like, okay, every minute I'm awake is a minute less sleep I get for this fucking run. So then here we are. To where I'm in my head going, okay, if I go to bed now, it's 3 hours of sleep. And then I'm Googling, can you run a 5K on no sleep? And people are like, yeah, I never sleep before mine. It's about the days before that help. And I'm like, okay, well the 2 days before I got some okay sleep and the day before that not so great. So maybe we'll be fine. I get maybe 2.5, 3. I just feel like shit when I wake up. Like, you know, like pukey and just nasty. Like, just out of it. So I have a little bit of coffee, a little bit of like pre-workout stuff. It's no stimulant. It's like vasodilator. I'm like, okay, well, we'll be fine. So then I start the run, and then it's right away, it's like uphill. And I'm like, shit. I need to slow down. So then I start slowing down. Once we get like maybe quarter of a mile in, half mile. And then my heart rate, I look at my heart rate, at 3 minutes in, it was already 180. Which is like, I'm already hitting the fucking wall. I'm like, oh shit, this just sucks. And I go, okay, so what I do normally when I run, I just slow down, way slow down. My heart rate drops really quick. So I slow way down, my heart rate doesn't drop. And I'm not recovering. And I'm like, this is gonna be the worst experience ever. Like, it was staying high. It was barely going down. So then I take small little walk breaks just to try to lower it. It gets lowered, but I still feel like it's high and I feel sick. Like, I feel nauseous. Even when it goes down to like back to like 150. So I start running again, instantly shoots up all the way to like 180 again, instantly. So I'm like, okay, well, I just try to tough it out. I feel like vomiting just the entire time. I'm constantly looking at my watch going, holy shit, when is this over? Because this is so bad. I'm not recovering. This is like the worst run I've ever done. Like, I felt like shit. And then towards the end, I get a little bit of a boost of energy during the last kilometer. So I'm running decent. I pass a couple people. I'm feeling like, okay, we're almost there. And then there's this massive hill we got to climb at the end. And my heart rate's like 180. I'm like, okay, we're just going to do this. And some guy's like, yo, you got it. You pass me up. You got this. So I go, okay. I increase my cadence. I'm like lifting my feet. I'm feeling good. I get to the top of the hill and I get like, I'm like dizzy. And I look at my watch and it says 195. And I'm like, holy shit, this is not good. So then I like try to slow down. It's like the last quarter mile. And out of nowhere, I start dry heaving because I don't have anything in my stomach. So I am dry heaving in the woods. And after like 5, 6, 7 dry heaves, I finally puke up some like pre-workout. Oh, it was nasty, dude. And then once I puked, I felt a little bit better. I just finished out the last quarter mile. And it was 34 minutes. It was so bad. It was only a 5K. It was the worst running experience. My goal was a 24, which is realistic for me. Here's the thing though, really good runners there, they got 24. So it was a really difficult trail, I think is what it was. Like really experienced runners that did super good in the past, they got 24 minutes. Oh, 24 on a flat surface, that's nothing. But this was insane. This was really intense. But yes, it was the worst running experience I've had in such a long time. I wasn't glad I did it. After I said, why the fuck am I even running? I had asthma all day. I still am coughing a little bit. My lung, when I took a breath in, it burned on my right side. I was having such a bad asthma attack. Ew, oh man, it was nasty. But I feel good now. I'm running again. I went running today and so felt fine. So I'm recovered, but God, it just sucked. Other than that, how'd it go? My knee didn't hurt. So that was the best thing out of it. No knee pain. Yeah. The thing is, I was disappointed because that's terrible for me. Like, I'm in much better shape than that. But I didn't sleep well, and the lack of sleep prevented me from like recovering and lowering my heart rate during the 5K race or whatever. So that's honestly what it was. I could not lower my heart rate. So it just was awful the entire time. No, I wasn't nervous or anything. But here's the thing. It's good because I have a chest strap and I wanted to see what my max heart rate was. And I did. So when I hit 190 to 195, that's my absolute peak before I start vomiting. So I know what my max is. Yeah, the thing is I got some valuable information too. Like, it was my first like 5K race or whatever. So I know to like really pace myself, it's better to go extremely slow at first, even though I was running slower than my normal pace. But I didn't know what to expect on the trail, so I you know, if I don't know what to expect, I need to like go extremely slow at first for like the first mile, and then I can ramp it up. And then I need to not watch other people because it's really hard not to like base your pace off of those other people, you know? Yeah, my lungs were hurting all yesterday, like burning when I took a breath in. So yeah, I got some really good information. I was disappointed in how I like ran and everything, but at the same time, I little to no sleep. And I think that really fucked me over, honestly. So basically next time, if I don't get much sleep, I need to like run 12-minute mile paces for the first little bit until I get like a feeling for my, you know, like how I'm gonna recover and stuff, because that was such a bad experience. Was it flat ground, Shine Spark? Because like I said, if I was running flat ground, I would have hit 24 minutes, no problem. I mean, this was like a full-out trail run with like massive roots, pretty steep hills, a lot of elevation changes. Sketchy as fuck on your ankle doing a trail run? Well, yeah, that's why you just strengthen your ankles. Like a whole thing you gotta do. You don't just go out with brittle, no calcium ankles and then, I'm gonna do this. Oh. Just entering and participating is a compliment. To be honest, don't be hard on yourself. Thanks, Emmett. So I'm competitive, but like getting hard on myself, but not in a toxic way. I'm not like mad and I'm not letting anything change, but it is making me work harder now. And I am going to incorporate like more training around that now, you know. Yeah, it has been a whole process with physical therapy and just everything.